What are some scary secrets to working as a hooker? Mom was a sex worker in the late 80s/early 90s. She worked for an escort agency, so most of the clients didn't try to fuck around with her as she had a driver/security when she was meeting a client. It was the police she was more afraid of. Undercovers would have sex with her, then threaten to arrest her, try to take her somewhere else, try to get info from her about who she worked for, etc. Near the end of her time as a sex worker, her company was being investigated for RICO stuff as it was believed by police that it was connected to a certain family in the area. She had stories about state police/FBI showing up to the house asked for her. She also warned her boss about all this, and they were raided a few months after she quit. Obviously she kept her mouth shut since she's alive and well today. I was never a hooker, but I became popular among them. I was driving for Uber. I'm also from Germany. Sex work does not bother me, and I think it should be legal. Anyway, I picked up this Uber passenger and she tells she's a working girl. We are heading to a hotel for her to meet a client, but she wants to know if she gave me $10 would I wait 10 minutes in case she changed her mind. $10 for 10 minutes? Sure. Anyway, for whatever reason the client and her didn't work out, I don't know, I never asked, she came back and we took off. She was really happy with my service. I drove her a few more times. One time she asked me for my number. I ended up driving prostitutes around the state of Georgia, just me, a fat guy in his Jeep Cherokee, and a bunch of hookers. Actually became a nice side hustle. I was earning good money. Oh yeah, Reddit is going ask. No, I didn't sleep with any of them. Did get smoked out a few times. My nickname was German Teddy Bear. Biggest complaint was, you're like so cool, you're that white nerdy guy that everyone thinks don't know shit, but deep under you're a real one. Felt good. Was roommates with a prostitute for like 4 months about 10 years ago. She was a friend and I needed a place to stay on a whim after me and my ex broke up. When a client would come over, most of the time I would go take a walk around the block a few times until their car would be gone. But it was in the winter in upstate New York at the time though, so sometimes it would be way too cold to go out, so I'd stay in my room, basically her other roommate's walk-in closet. It sucked. I would have to stay quiet because the client was not actually aware that I was there, and if I made noise it could have spooked them and who knows what could have happened. Those times I'd be freaked the fuck out that it would be an undercover, and because I'm there in the house I'd be arrested along with her just for being there, like I'm her pimp or something. Mostly, I was scared that she would get beat up, raped, or both of us robbed. Yeesh, I remember keeping a bat next to me in my room. God forbid I start hearing her screaming for help and I had to go in there swinging. I got out of there though, after finally finding an apartment. Escort, F, 40s, here. Had about 100 bookings, judging by my refs, and I really wanted to answer this because, quite honestly, I have had zero bad experiences. The guys are overwhelmingly nice, polite, and fun. Reading through this thread, I think a lot of the answers are people who are not actually escorting, but giving an opinion. The closest I have to a scary thing is a guy who spent the whole session slagging off his wife. He didn't do anything bad to me, but I wouldn't meet with him again because look, I know a lot of them are married, but if they have got as far as booking me, I do expect them to leave their issues at the door, and I certainly don't expect a near constant outpouring of vitriol about their partner. I think it's how you're approached sometimes. You would be surprised how word spreads among the Joe. People I never even seen just knew me, and what to say to key me in what they're wanting from that night, even if I'm at a casual club with friends. Luckily, they all know what I do, so I get watched if a random older person talks to me. Know how many times I got pulled over walking on a sidewalk? I'm a dude, they're expecting you to just jump in happily to discuss. It's fucking weird. I'm not stumbling or high, etc., so I'm questioning if this is common period from others that escort. I fear what females go through. I had one guy pull over, and when I was on a walk listening to music and when I completely disengaged, he yelled, "Do you know who I am?" Like nope, and never wanna. No plates. Most tinted windows ever. I was not safe and no one was with that person on the road, but I never saw him again, and I'm glad because I happened to be less than a block away from home. Had to actually go down one ways and cross yards to get away and feel safe enough. The scariest secret is how many will try hard to make you do drugs so you'll be dependent on them and their money, even if they stop giving it. Had a friend succumb to that life because she ran into the wrong dude and he ended up pimping her. I think she's in jail, so yeah, you will get taken advantage of, forced into wacky shit if it careful, made to feel dependent then totally broke and taken advantage of. Those people you see together that are a couple, but clearly addicts, they're in the hooker gone wrong realm. They got fucked over and are trying to break free more than you know. I wish more people realized this. They're not all bad. At all. We provide a service, and sometimes the clients really do dangerous shit to you. My theory about my friend was she was drugged, forced drugs, and got hooked. She never outwardly said it, but all her stories about her man that really isn't her man started making me think that. I hope she gets away if she hasn't. Only downfall for doing it long term is justifying your money, how to pay, trying to get a great job that makes similar to what you make in 2 days, at times, in a week. Untaxed. Anyhow, if you're thinking about it, are doing it, know someone or whatever. Be safe. Be watchful. Be kind.